What do you think of when someone uses the term instant payment? How quickly would a payment need to go through for you to consider it instant? A few seconds, a few minutes, a day or two, or maybe even longer? In this video, we'll introduce what an instant payment is understood to mean in the context of this course, and look at some of the characteristics that may be relevant when implementing instant payments. The Bank for International Settlement, or BIS, defines an instant payment as a type of payment in which the transmission of the payment message and the availability of final funds to the payee occur in real time or near real time, on or as near to a 24-hour and 7-day-a-week basis as possible. This might sound slightly overwhelming, so let's use an example to explain the definition. It's Sunday morning and Tully is buying groceries at her local store. The total cost of her groceries is $20. When she pays for the groceries using her mobile wallet, the shopkeeper receives a credit of final funds. In other words, the $20 into the shop's account. The payment goes through almost instantly, even though it's a Sunday. Traditionally, a payment would only be made available to the payee once clearing and settlement had occurred, which usually happens in batches and can take time, and would never have been settled on a Sunday. Because instant payments occur on or as near to a 24/7 basis as possible, the moment a payment message is sent, clearing occurs, and the money is made available to the shopkeeper. However, even though the shopkeeper now has the money, inter-PSP settlement of the transaction between the payer and payees, PSPs, may only occur at a later point in time. This payment was also unconditional and irrevocable, meaning that once Tully sent the money, she couldn't claim it back without the shopkeeper's permission. This process of payment irrevocability, or the inability to reverse a payment, creates trust in the payment system for the payee and allows for payments to be instant. Instant payments, however, are not only characterized by the speed of the payment and the continuous service availability as discussed. Let's take a look. When considering end users, instant payments are only useful if they have a wide coverage or reach. For example, there's no point having an instant payment system if only a few people have access to and actually use the service. Use cases are another characteristic to consider. The value of instant payments to end users will depend on the variety of the use cases available. For example, one of the most common use cases is P2P, or person-to-person payments. For PSPs and system operators, one needs to consider things such as the type of settlement between PSPs. Will the settlement use real-time settlement or deferred settlement? The degree of openness of the system or scheme. Processing an instant payment in a closed-loop system is simple, as settlement occurs within a single provider. In contrast, open-loop systems have multiple PSPs. So clearing and settlement requires more rules and procedures. And whether it is at the national level, in which case open infrastructure is needed to link PSPs. Alternatively, if the instant payment system will operate at the cross-border level, new schemes will need to be defined and infrastructure built, or current schemes and infrastructure linked. You should now have a better understanding of what an instant payment is and some of the characteristics associated with implementing an instant payment system.